Well, you fly fishing mythbusters, this is the big moment. This is the flarping leader. Very important. This is the whole key to using your fly rod equipment right to fish for carp like the Euro guys. And so I may say fly guys, meaning that's where this would be familiar. And I might say Euro guys, that's where that part would be familiar. And it's important about this familiarity, and I'll tell you why. Somebody might say, well, can you patent the system? And while this is novel and useful, which is a requirement to get a patent, it would be fairly obvious to someone in the art. Now, like I said, the Euro guys would look at my hair rig and go, wow, that's like, duh. That's the basics of Euro fishing, is the hair rig. The fly guys will go, well, you know, that's the knot I use on my leader, and that's how I do this and that, and that's all very good. So I'm going to show you how to make the hair rig. And I'm a little compromised today because my hair is going to be a piece of Dacron. Normally that'd be a piece of braid and it'd be thinner, and it may cause me some problems, but we'll see. I'll muddle through. So I got some 20-pound trilene, and I did a video today. You're building a leader. You do not want to use your tapered leader that you got from, the fly shop. You just want straight mono. So that would be more familiar to the Euro guys. And the fly guys that go, oh, you need taper. Well, I showed you my caster. I will. No. You could have a level line. Okay. Nail knot tool. And we're going to talk patents for a bit again. The patent has worn out on the original tie fast nail knot tool. And that's kind of too bad, but that means anybody can make them. So I got about 4 feet. 4 feet, a 20-pound line. That's going to be perfect, right, for building the ultimate leader for fly fishing with a fly rod. So you got to pin the line with your thumb right there on that little pad. And then you want to take out more than enough. And for this rig, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 turns, and this is going to go right on the shank of the hook. This will be stronger than hell. Now, like I said about the braid, this becomes probably going to be the tricky part. And getting one in ain't hard, and shove it back about as far as you can. This is going to be easier than I thought. Okay? So that is ultimately your hair. And here's a hook. I think this is a size 6. These are Allen hooks. They make a, they might have discontinued the N203 and replaced it with one a little more expensive with no barb. I would get it. Filing the barbs on these hooks is kind of a drag because they are very big hooks. Okay, so if this is the tag end and this is the hair, then you have to end up with the back of the hook this way. Makes perfect sense, don't it? And so if I scoop this in like this, and this part gets tricky, you can get hung up. If I go down into and under those loops, right, and then just kind of wiggle it around. All right, you see the hook is facing that way. The hair is back here. This will be the tag end, and I will cut it. Now, the hardest thing that people get about the nail knot tool is you gotta jerk it nice and decisively. You've got to pin this, which is your main line, and you don't want to pin the loop because you want the loop to travel with the hook. And so we go presto, just like that. And you can see the loop got pretty big, But that's not a problem because you have plenty of time to adjust it. And so before you set this knot hard, and actually this Dacron's being a little bit more tricky than the braid would have, and so that's a pretty long loop. There's nothing wrong with that. I really believe if the fish are, I don't know, sensitive, right? You can get your loop a little farther from the bend of your hook than other times. But for me, 2 pieces of corn right there, okay? Now, you noticed we are lashed to the shank of the hook and we are not through the eye. And this is a pretty critical thing, right? You can come down like this or you can go up like this. And I like to come up. It makes, I think the Euro guys would say that it makes the rig more sensitive. But they would also tell you that the reason you come in this direction, right, is that you don't want too much of the hook to flare out, right, when the fish picks it up, but you want a little, right? So you see that? I'm through there. Now, I am not butt up against the eye. And this is important for the Euro guys. And it's back to that same thing, right? The more you're down the bend of the hook, right, the less this fly will swing and the less hook point, right, that you're really going to expose, but that might even help with a hook set. But I consider the most aggressive position, right, the one that works best for the most aggressive fish is up against the eye. Okay, so I'm butt up against the eye, and now is the first time, right, that I just set it. Clip this, get this up here, and you have, now, you can leave these little tags of Dacron, you can cut them, you can melt them together. I don't think it really makes much difference because the hair is never really pressured. The fish never bites the hair without the hook and the leader taking the load. So have a look at it, folks. It's ingenious. The hook size, right, is a little smaller than the deer corn. And so when the carp comes like this, and he's vacuuming, and he feels that hook and he spits it, bang. And this is a Euro guy thing, right? The way you test whether your hair rig is sensitive enough, and this braid's gonna mess it up, is you drag it across, and if it catches, you're good to go. See you on the water. That was an amazing lesson. That will revolutionize urban fishing in America. Bye.